today's Q Jones, your DVD and Blu-ray baller on a budget, and this is HQ Videos for you. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're a current subscriber, what's up? You greatly appreciate it. Come on in, make yourself at home. You know the routine. This channel is for movie lovers of all types, formats, genres. Doesn't matter if your format is Betamax, Laserdisc, VHS, 4K, 3D, Blu-ray, doesn't matter. Same with the genre, documentaries, drama, sci-fi, adventure, action. All you guys are welcome here. For this week's video, takes me to the Queen of Pawns in Tampa, Florida. I haven't been there in a minute. Never really found too much there. Maybe a movie here, movie there. Totally different. 10 movies. Found a Steelbook. Found a classic Mill Creek movie with the very cool slipcover, kind of like the VHS slipcovers. Very reasonable price. So got some bangers in here. Have my Kino Lorber pick that I picked up from the Kino Lorber sale, my classic pick for the week, as well as my 3D pick. But before I get into what I picked up at the Pawnshop, not only do I collect movies, yes, I'm one of these weird, wild individuals. I actually watch them. And on a weekly basis, I like to share some of the things I've watched, either physical media, streaming on the Fire Stick, or actually in the theaters with my family. And I'm going to kick it off with a 2007 crime drama thriller, Mr. Brooks. This is directed by Bruce A. Evans, also written by Bruce A. Evans, produced by Thomas Osberger, starring Kevin Costner, Demi Moore, Dane Cook, William Hurt, and Mark Helgenberger. The plot behind this, a psychological thriller about a man who is sometimes controlled by his murder and mayhem-loving ego. And I've had this movie for a while, seen it in displays, but I've never actually watched the movie my first watch. Really like this movie. It has, have you ever seen the television show Dexter? It has kind of a Dexter feel to it, but with Dane Cook and also Kevin Costner, it has a dark comedy element to it. Costner nails the role. A little bit indifferent to Kevin Costner. I'm not saying I'm a huge Kevin Costner fan. I can't say that I dislike him. But I've been indifferent towards him probably ever since Waterworld, though. But he nails this as a very charismatic kind of split personality, almost egocentric type of character. Very nice twist at the end. Just a very cool psychological thriller. I don't want to give you too much of the plot because I don't like to give spoilers away, though. But if you like that Dexter feel, charismatic killer type movie with a nice twist, nice ending to the story, definitely check out Mr. Brooks. My next pick is the 2015 action drama sports thriller Southpaw. This was directed and produced by Antoine Fuqua, my favorite directors. He did Equalizer, Replacement Killers, Training Day, and Olympus Has Fallen, a lot of other stuff. Great director. This is written by Kurt Sutter. This stars Jake Gyllenhaal, Rachel McAdams, Forrest Whitaker, Una Lawrence, and 50 Cent. The plot behind this, Billy the Great Hope, the reigning junior middleweight boxing champion, has an impressive career, a loving wife and a daughter, and a lavish lifestyle. However, when tragedy strikes, Billy hits rock bottom. And essentially, this is kind of like a modern Rocky Balboa story, but I have to give credit with Jake Gyllenhaal. He really nailed this character. The character is kind of a punch-drunk boxer from a very meager, low-class, low economic, social class beginning, and he could have easily overdid it, though, but I think it was quite appropriate. Looks great in this. I don't know if he's been doing any performance-enhancing drugs, though, but I think since the Purge, he's just been kind of bulking up. He looks fantastic, looks natural for it, and I think Jake Gyllenhaal does a really good job of picking his parts, from Donnie Darko, Day After Tomorrow, Jarhead, Zodiac, Source Code. So great choice of roles. Never would have thought he could have pulled this off, though, but he did a great job. Great acting, great action. Story's a little bit predictable, except in there's a few twists in there I didn't expect though. But overall, very engaging movie. So if you like boxing sport movies, definitely check out Southpaw. My next movie is the 2016 action biography crime drama mystery suspense thriller Infiltrator. The Infiltrator. This was directed by Brad Furman, produced by Bryan Cranston, written by Robert Mazur. This stars Bryan Cranston, Leanne Best, Daniel Mays, Tom Von Lawler, uh, Laura DiCaro, Olympia Dukakis, John Leguizamo. Those are the big names in there. The plot behind this: a U.S. custom official uncovers a massive money laundering scheme involving a very, very big, huge drug lord. I'm not going to tell you that. I don't want to spoil it for you because I didn't know this going into it. Just, again, a blind watch. So, excellent, excellent movie. I've liked Bryan Cranston since Malcolm in the Middle. Of course, Breaking Bad, though. But this is based on a true story. And starting out, I thought it was just kind of your typical drug crime story. Takes place in Florida. It starts out specifically in Tampa, where I'm from, but it's much more than that. It's not an action film; it's a thriller film. But when the action scene comes, they're so unexpected because of the pace of the movie. It throws you off, and that makes the movie just that much more exciting, that much more interesting. It pulls you in for the point you're just really interested, trying to figure out, are these characters going to make it? Because they're really getting deep, deep, deep into foreign territory, and these are undercover agents going into the mob world. A lot better than I expected it. Great storyline, great thriller. Again, it's all based on a true story. I'm sure there's some parts that are embellished though, but love the end. I love at the end when they do a true story where they compare the actors to the actual characters and they give you like a little follow-up on what happened. Make sure you stay to the end to watch the movie though. It's surprised me who survived and what happened afterwards. So if you like that type of true life crime story, drug story film, definitely check out Infiltrated. Definitely great film. Next movie is a Netflix movie. This is the 2025 action thriller film Havoc. This was directed, written, and produced by Gareth Evans, starring Tom Hardy, Jesse May Lee, Justin Cornwell, Luis Guzman, Gio Yan Yan, Timothy Oliphant, and Forrest Whitaker. The plot behind this: a gang of thieves consisting of Charlie, Mia, Johnny, and Wes steal a batch of washing machines. They're pursued by Vincent Hayes, Jake, and Cortez, a group of narcotic squad detectives. And I'm not going to give you more than that. This was a banger movie. From the opening scene, action. I believe it was from the producers who did Raid. I'm not positive though. But if you like Raid or that just fast-paced movie with simplistic but engaging, interesting plot, this is your movie. The body count in this movie, crazy body count, crazy bullets. Tom Hardy, Forrest Whitaker, Timothy Oliphant, great performances, especially Tom Hardy. He plays this really dark, desperate type of cop. He doesn't overdo it. It just seems to flow very naturally for him. Forrest Whitaker is this public official, kind of shady. Timothy Oliphant is the co-worker or other officer with Tom Hardy. Fun movie. I'm really surprised. This is probably one of the best Netflix action movies I've seen, possibly ever, from them. Great storyline, great action. Even a little twist at the end. The beautiful thing about this movie is really no definitive good guys or bad guys. A lot of people playing in the gray. And I think that's the point of the movie. There's one cop that kind of is more decent than the rest. I'll put it that way though. But fantastic movie, crazy body count, lots of gunplay. So if you like that fast action, almost Raid type of action type of movie, definitely check out Havoc. Now, without further ado, sit back, relax, have a drink, have a smoke, and I'll catch you on the other end of this video. Back to the Black Cave. Back at the Black Cave. We are back at the motherfucking Black Cave. Have my pickups here from Queen of Pawns Pawnshops. Have my Kino Lorber pick, my classic pick for the week, as well as my 3D pick for the week. I have some bangers in here. Actually, got a steel case. I think still in the wrapper, a couple bucks. So let me get these scanned in and we'll jump right into it. Hold on. All right, let's just jump into what I purchased at Queen of Pawns. First, we have Gene Simmons from Kiss and Ozzy Osbourne, Trick or Treat. This is just a more morbid curiosity. Never seen this before. Looked interesting. Not a big fan of Gene Simmons or Ozzy Osbourne, but I'm just kind of curious on how good or how bad this actually is. This is a platinum release, which is like a, I want to say a B-list distributor, C-list distributor for independent films. Trick or Treat. Next, movie I never heard of, but I thought was very interesting. Zoe Saldana, Billy D. Williams, Gabrielle Union, Hill Harper, Constellation. This is a period piece in Alabama They talk about their past, pretty much. It looked interesting. This is a 20th Century Fox release. And this is the old flip disc, full side on one side, then widescreen on the other side. And nice little slipcover also. Constellation. This one I kind of picked up because the guy said if I get 10 movies, he'll cut me a deal. So, thought this was interesting. I've seen this before, Russell Madness. And this is from the same people who bought you Earbud. One of the silly animal films here. This is a 20th Century Fox release. Still with the slipcover. Still got the plastic on it, excuse me. So we have the DVD and the Blu-ray, Russell Madness. Next, I've seen this before, and I like all the actors and actresses. Steve Carell, Ryan Gosling, Julianne Moore, Emma Stone, Marissa Tomei, and Kevin Bacon. I've seen it before, never picked it up. Crazy Stupid Love. It's a Warner Brother release. Still has the old Blockbuster case here, if you guys are old enough to remember Blockbuster. Crazy Stupid Love. Next, Lola versus Sex. Love Lola the World. Never heard of this. Haven't heard anything about this 20th Century Fox release. Looks like a romantic comedy. And never seen her before. Lola versus. Again, the 20th Century Fox release. And if you've seen any of these, so far all these have been blind buys. Please leave it in the comment. Next, we have Richard Jewell. Again, all actors, except for Paul Walter Hauser. I'm assuming that's him, not really familiar with them, but Sam Rockwell, Kathy Bates, John Hamm, Olivia Wilde, Richard Jewell. And this is based on a real life story, Warner Brother released. Looked interesting, looks compelling. Nice slipcover here. And you got the standard Warner Brothers artwork or lack of artwork on the disc or the Blu-ray. Richard Jewell. Next, this is actually out of print. I picked up the 4K. Love this movie. Love this movie so much. They made a sequel, not as good as the first one. Kiefer Sutherland, Reese Witherspoon, Brooke Shields has a part in this. Really bizarre, somewhat over the top type of movie. Vinegar Syndrome has the 4K, which I think you can get online, eBay. Maybe Hamilton Book has Freeway 2. This is a lot harder to find the actual Blu-ray, so decided to pick it up. Either I'll keep it or might sell it when I go to one of the one of the shops that specialize in used physical media. I'm trying to think, this is Yelling Man Productions. So, yeah, I think I might just keep this anyway, so. Freeway. Next, a movie I just watched recently. Very quirky comedy, action, romance. Die in a gunfight. Only person I really recognize is him. I think my wife said he was on television show Sons of Anarchy, I believe. I know him from a television show, Raised by Wolves. I believe that's what he was in. She looks familiar. He looks familiar. Everyone else, not so much, though. Very cool film. Lionsgate release. Lionsgate usually has the DTS sound, so usually sounds great. But very quirky, very fun film. Die in a gunfight. This was initially a blind buy. I just watched it before I made this video. And the Steelbook that I had, and I was actually looking for the Blu-ray of this, Lords of Dogtown. And let me break out my Wesley Snipes here, the real Blade, aka my Johnny Blade, my Sling Blade, my Billy Bob Thornton. Of course, I know Heath Ledger, Emil Hirsch. That name sounds familiar, but be careful here since this is a Steelbook. And very glad to upgrade to Blu-ray. Didn't have to be a Steelbook though, but I'm not mad. Very cool artwork. That's a Mill Creek release too. I didn't realize that. It's a Mill Creek release. I know Mill Creek made Steelbooks. Artwork on the back, nice artwork on the disc. It's, if I remember correctly, a movie about skateboarding in California when it just kind of, before it really became really big, before Tony Hawk and people like that. So very glad to add this to the collection. And this is what I picked up at the Queen of Pawns pawn shop here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, I have one more, and I'll show that right now. This is my classic pick for the week. The Fan with Wesley Snipes and De Niro. Really cool, creepy kind of stalker type movie. And I already had a copy of this, but it was on a double disc. I believe it was The Fan and Wesley Snipes, the Contractor. For the price, I couldn't pass up getting the slipcover. I love these VHS looking old school slipcovers with the fake genre stamp on it. Very cool movie. If you haven't seen this, De Niro is menacing. Wesley Snipes is charismatic as usual, playing a professional baseball player. So these I picked up at the pawn shop, and for that I paid a whopping $22 with tax, $23.65. So can't beat that. My Kino Lorber pick for the week, I actually picked this up at the Kino Lorber sale for $10. And very cool film too. Ray Liotta plays a great criminal slash somewhat psycho, kind of in the vein of Ted Bundy, kind of a charismatic individual, turbulence. And my 3D pick for the week is an Import Region B, Justin and the Knights of Valor. Popped it in real quick. It's an E1 release. Very cool 3D. And I think I mentioned The Fan, distributor for The Fan. But where is that? The Fan, also Mill Creek. And this is my pawn shop pickup slash eBay pickup for the week. If you're new to the channel, this is where I separate the disc from the artwork so I can make space for all my movies. One of these or two of these might actually make the shelf, so give me a minute. Let me get these situated, and I'll get you good people on your way. Hold on. Everything scanned into my CLZ Movies app. C as in Constellation, L as in Lola Versus, Z as in Z for Zachariah. Let's knock this out. I have everything laid out, ready to be put back in its proper place. As usual, I appreciate each and every one of you tuning in. If you made this far in the video, smash the like, give me the big thumbs up. Definitely helps with the algorithms. It'll help me out. I greatly appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe. Other than that, may the best of your past be the worst of your future. Everyone, please be safe. Deuces.